Hey everyone, this is Brett from Medical. Just giving a quick update on the IndigoWrap prototype / development. So some of you have maybe seen this in our last newsletter, or there's a few therapists that we've sent this out to just kind of get feedback on. This was our first prototype of the IndigoWrap, and a lot of the feedback we got was positive, but there was a few things that we just wanted to change and tweak, and we've been working on over the last few weeks. So the update is we have changed the foot design. So what I mean by that is, like, we had two crisscrossing straps that when were tightened, the strap would land on the bottom of the foot, and you can see how it's wanting to kind of like pucker up a little bit there, but also just uncomfortable and will unravel. So what we've did is we've created a bigger and flatter foot. So it's all one piece, and the intention is you kind of just set it and leave it in place over time. And so this is really low profile and won't be landing, because we've reduced this to just 6 centimeters of adjustment in the foot. It won't be landing on the bottom foot pad. So that was a couple of changes with the foot to improve the design there. Where we then kept going was we reduced the number of straps. So instead of having 4 straps on the calf, we now have just 3. So they are a little bit wider and have a little bit of a new Velcro design for those wider straps, but reduced numbers so you can get something that's even easier to use. So this is kind of how it would look when these top 2 straps are opened up. Now, the last thing, and this is still kind of a decision we're actively making, or we could use some advice and help on. So the first design that we had for the IndigoWrap, we used Velcro outside exterior fabric. And this was the first time we used this fabric, and we've been looking and looking, trying to find something that was durable and is going to last and take the wear and tear of those Velcro teeth grabbing into it. Now, there was someone who just suggested, like, well, why don't you guys, is this, Sienna wrap? Why don't you guys just use Sienna wrap fabric? And we're like, well, I guess we didn't really think of that. So we're working with our fabric manufacturer, and let me show you just a couple of the differences in the fabric here and how this one looks a little bit different now. So Sienna wrap fabric right now has like 3 different layers. There's the outside loops, the fuzzy part. There's then this middle foam base, and then like a barrier basically to protect the foam base from the skin. So we're kind of splitting those layers off. So we have one layer that is just the outside hook, this like loop material basically. So that's the soft fuzzy part. And that's what this product is made of here, the second version of the IndigoWrap. Now we're also trying to test out a foam based version. So this is the foam, a thin layer of foam, as well as the loop, the Velcro receptive loop here. So we're trying to see which is going to work better. This foam based one will be a little bit like thicker and could potentially be less breathable, but at the same time, it's going to be much more durable. So we're kind of figuring out, where do you fit that balance between durability, breathability over the life cycle of the product. So if you have any thoughts or want to weigh in, just let us know. And if you want to see a version of this, we're making up a few of them and we want to get them out for feedback. So just give us a message. You can either respond to this message or just get in touch with us at samples@altamedical.com, and we'll get you a version of the IndigoWrap. Thanks so much.